Okay, so we are starting up. We're going to be streaming, obviously, Puzzle Pirates because I already have it up. I'm just going to link the people in Twitter and on the Discord channel. Okay, so, so what's it called? Dell was just telling me to use Twitch instead, but I've already started here on YouTube. So next time we will be streaming on Twitch instead. But yes, let me just see if Dell wants to be ding donged, which means if he wants to join us in the chat. And that's where we are at the moment. Now I haven't played this for I've done the first the basic early missions just to remind me how this works, but I haven't really played this since 2008 properly, so we're in for fun times. Plus sometimes when you play puzzle games and you get really used to them and you get really good at them, when I've been doing this in just a quick mission form, I've been I'm not as good as I remember at this. But it's also the fact that the last couple of times that I've been testing it was that I was on my laptop, and my laptop has got a really shitty keyboard. So I'm kind of hoping that the shittiness was partially that. And I have added everyone. Well, I've sent things to everyone. If Dell comes around, then we will play with Dell, as in talk to Dell. But I was about to say, if I could, yes, I'm playing with the PBs. We could always try and make a crew, but the thing is that I don't have enough experience to be a crew. So unfortunately, this time it will just be watching me play, which is fine. Hopefully, eventually, maybe if I do come back to this, which I probably will, because I still really love this game, even though I haven't played it really for a while. Yeah, could be something that we do every now and then. I'm gonna bilge. Bilge is easy. Bilge is good. Need to get good at what we were good at again. This isn't even difficult. Look at this. Oh, you can make combos! Oh my god, do you not know how to play? Can't remember. Was there a way that you could swap upwards? I don't think there is anymore. Oh, there wasn't. Hey, Catster! I'm doing alright. It's my birthday tomorrow, so I'm not working, so I basically went, you know what? I'm gonna stream. I was kind of hoping to stream last weekend, but it just did not turn out that way with my internet, unfortunately. So here we are instead. Playing the Puzzle Pirates. Oh, and the Dell will be joining us soon. He will be soon. Son, I will not be alone. But yeah, how is everyone else doing on this fine Australian Tuesday night, Monday afternoon? The move's going alright. I mean, what's it called? We're probably not actually going to move in there still for a bit yet. We have finally, because we basically had to wait for a quote for CrimSafe, which is basically, since we need to air off the house because of my mother's, oh, thank you for just, oh, my dear meaty Loris. Since we need to air out the house because of my mother's multiple chemical sensitivities, that basically we need to be able to leave the house open, which we currently can't because it's not, it doesn't have any fly screens on it. We would basically just be letting nature in. So, yay, Neoflight, we're going up. But basically we're getting this CrimSafe stuff that basically means that we can leave it, the windows open, but nothing else can get in because everything's locked. So that's gonna go on probably within a month's time, and we'll move our furniture within that month's time as well. And I will be, like, until we actually move, I will probably be on a single bed again. Single beds. But yeah, it's happening. Like, we move boxes every week. Just doesn't help when you live almost 2 hours away from your new house. But we'll get there in the end. And when that happens, I get mod. Yeah. Unfortunately, yes it is. Unfortunately, when you live with someone who has some physical, you know, incapabilities of being able to do things because of fragrance issues and such. Oh, well, see, this is the thing. My house has fly screens, and it looks like the people that owned the house before, like our new house, but they took them all out because they had obviously been there for many years. And so yeah, so basically they left them in the house, but they're these old shitty things that basically if someone had a pair of, like, had anything to cut through it, it would just slice like butter. And be like, yeah, I don't feel safe leaving the house like that, considering that, you know, we only go down once a week at the moment, unfortunately. But it will happen. It has to happen. Life can't go on in a weird state of in-between. But otherwise, everything's going well. Although I still need to try and fix up those Quest for Glory 4 videos. I just keep, every time I think about it, I'm like, not tonight. Tomorrow night. And then tomorrow night comes and, like, you know, because I've only still really recently started that job. It's just like, you know what? Another night. Yeah. It's one of those things that, like, I have tried to, like, pare down my life quite considerably, but yet there are still things that I just go like, I still have quite a bit of stuff. But it's all childhood stuff, and it's stuff that it's like, I will regret it if I get rid of it. Just because, like, you know, especially when you... obviously I'm not planning on having children, but my niece would be very interested in that when she gets a bit older. Because I had cool stuff. I still have cool stuff, because let's be fair, I still use quite a bit of the stuff that I used as a child. Like, you know, like, because when I was living out in Coburg, I had definitely way too much stuff. It's one of those things that when I was moving back here, I was just sort of like, I cannot be bothered moving all this stuff. I just want to throw it away. I donated a whole heap of it, but still, just the fact that desire was in there, it was just like, yeah, I need to pare down on stuff. And I pared down even more when I moved to York briefly, but even so, like, I had more I had more than a suitcase when I was living there. I'd sent like a box or two, and then I sent 3 boxes back, so oh yeah. And like, when I say that, you know, I still use some of the stuff that from when I was a kid, I don't even just mean, like, you know, the games, but books and such. I still occasionally go back to those. I had some good books. And I also still listen to a lot of the same music I did when I was young as well. It's one of those things that every now and then I go like, I want the CDs that I used to put in, like my MP3 player when I was younger. Just to, like, oh no, that's even sometimes something when I do, like, I put it in and then I go, this is still the same music that I listen to now. Just with a couple of extras and steam-powered giraffe, because steam-powered giraffe weren't a thing back then. But I don't really add new music in. Oh yeah, well, not only did I come back with 3 boxes, but I also, my suitcase was fully packed. Like, I'm kind of glad that they, like, you know, like, I was, I think, 2 kilos overweight, and then, like, you know, like, I was just like, oh no. In terms of, like, my baggage across it, and then I was just like, look, you know, it's not like I can leave stuff. I'm moving back home. And she went, 2 kilos, it's fine. Everyone else, like, you know, It's fine. Let's pretend I didn't see that. I was like, thank you. And then when I was passing through, like halfway through, they didn't care. They were just like, here's your bat. But then, you know, I was in a country that didn't really speak the language, and I don't think they really cared as much. So has anyone else played Puzzle Pirates back in the day? I definitely remember playing this a lot when I was in university and pretending that, well, not pretending, but, you know, I'd finished my classwork for that day, and, I would stay up late playing this instead, and my mother would sometimes come past going, oh, maybe you should have, you know, maybe you should think about sleep now. And I'm like, I have a class assignment that needs to be done right now. Except I had already finished it. And instead I just wanted to play Puzzle Pirates. Ooh! Ooh! No! No! Come back! I wanted to fight you! Fight the army! I mean, fight the army. Fight the navy. You can fight the navy, after all, so it's not impossible. Just I find if I answer, like, if I go for any of the, like, the actual ships, then, stuff does not seem to happen as much. Like, people just ignore you. You're like, ah, I'm a jobbing pirate that can't get a job. Yeah, Facebook is a bit weird. Like, I have, in terms of, like, you know, with potential friends, I've never, like, you know, like, back when I was living in York, I never used Facebook when I was there, but people that I worked with would show up and be like, it's not even like, you know, that we run in the same social circles. It's literally just, it recognizes that my phone is near their phone. Which is sort of like, because I hadn't listed that I was working there on Facebook, so it's sort of like, yeah, you're literally like doing some sort of geo service there and being like, well, these people tend to be near each other, so maybe they know each other. And then you might be getting me as a potential friend if you've searched up at any point your Twitter friends, because we are friends on Twitter. Yeah, thinking about that cat stuff. I don't generally actually do a lot on Facebook. It's mostly oh cool, we finished this mission. But mostly what I do on there is just the go away. But mostly what I do on there is family stuff. So it's just one of those things where it's like, yeah, like, you know, you could friend me on there, but at the same time, it is literally like, you know, here's pictures of my niece. Because I do literally mostly use it for sharing things with my family more than anything else. Ooh, Navy sailing. Sail with me. But yeah, it's interesting. Like someone sent me a Steam request recently, and it was like one of those, like, they hadn't said anything to me beforehand. They just sent the request, and so of course I deleted it. I was just like, huh? And then the person sent me like a thing on one of like a random screenshot from a game. And was just like, oh, you know, I saw some of your videos and I thought you looked cool. Like, you know, maybe we should be friends. And then I was like, oh yeah, cool. You know, I don't really add people on Steam because it's kind of pointless because I don't talk to anyone on here. Because usually I have it switched off because generally if I'm on playing a game on Steam, I am generally recording something and it pops up. So I generally just basically say, hey, I'm not online. So being my friend on here is usually just people that I actually know. When I say here, I mean Steam, of course. Oops, sorry. Just lifting up my glasses slightly. And the microphone is right next to me. Okay, need to remember that. And, so yeah, and then he went, okay, cool. And then he sent the request again. I'm like, I don't think you quite got the memo about the fact that I don't really add people I don't know. So I have currently ignored that. He'll probably come back to me at some point and be like, hey, why you know? No. Be my friend. It's one of those things, it's kind of like, you need to give me a reason to be your friend. If I'm going to do something outside of the norm of my normal routines. Okay, here we go. No, oh, there we go. For a second there, I thought I just missed it. This game is a bit unforgiving when it comes to squeezing things into places. Yes, squeeze the things into places. Yay, we're fine. But we could be excellent. I have been very excellent at this before. And what are people up to today? What did the tramp say to the vicar? I've been very excellent. Or something about tight spaces. It could be anything. Aye. But yeah, otherwise I've had a fine day. I had work. Briefly talked about the briefly talked about the morgue sex scene in Police Quest 4. Which means it's always a fine day. See, Police Quest, that's something I would like to do for my channel at some point. Just need time. Everything takes so much time. And editing and effort. Oh, cool. Yeah, I mean, like, what's it called? That kind, like, we kind of started at the same. I think the topic started from Gabriel Knight. Steve said that it wasn't good, and I was incensed, enraged, or rather, I just said, "Hey, there are things I can teach you if you ever want to learn how to love Gabriel Knight." And Dell is willing, so let us give us a ding dong. Whoop. And everyone, time for a rave with Skype. Bim, bim, bim. Bim, 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 bim. Hi.
Ah, there we go.
Oh, there you go. For a second there, I was like, have I set my sound up wrong? I thought I checked everything this time.
Have you?
Yes, I did.
Have you made sure people can actually hear you?
Well, people have been talking back to me, so...
Oh, that's good. Hello, everybody.
Yeah. Oh, yes, the anniversary version of Gabriel Knight is trash. I'm sorry.
It is. It is.
I mean, like, the one thing that... there is one scene that I really like in that. And it's
like what?
You know, so in the anniversary
vision
of Gabriel Knight, there's the scene where Gabriel goes to get the tractor, and from Rosalie's
that's
office,
right.
and in that version, they are all like zombies that suddenly turn around and go to like attack him. I'm like, oh, that is actually cool. That is really cool. And then it stops, and then it's just nothing happens, and like, ah. You know what I mean? It's like, ooh, this could be interesting to deal with. Oh no, Gabriel's out of there, it's all over.
Oh yeah, your sound is very, very low on the stream.
I can fix that, just give me a moment.
I'm like really overpowering you. Oh god.
Don't you always Don't
This
tell me.
this is my stream now. Hello.
Hi. Hi.
I will take
Oh,
over.
now I'm back in the yellow, so it's all... Oh, shoot.
The thing I like about the GK remake, there's only one thing I like, and that's the backgrounds. They're fantastic.
Oh, yeah.
Whoever drew these backgrounds, awesome. Please work for a better studio. Leave.
Maybe it was Andy Hoyos? I know Andy Hoyos did the backgrounds for Mobius.
And those are good too. But again, why Pinkerton Road? And why...
No, why Pinkerton Road? Pinkerton Road are the people that designed the game. You mean why
Oh,
Phoenix?
Yeah, why Phoenix?
And you know what? I think that
Just...
and I think that what's it called? That Katie did her part of the thing. Fine. It was what's it called? It was just the move to 3D, and 3D is inherently awkward, and you can't really tell stories like that when you're also struggling against a physics system, and you don't have like the backing of not the backing, but you know, like the experience of an AA. You know, like a whole, you know, like if you had a whole group of developers. Oh, hi, Demon Dragon. A whole group of
Hello.
developers working on making the animation smooth or just getting the rigging right, then... But no, but generally these teams have like maybe 2 or 3 people at most that does all the rigging. And then they go from there. And then when things go wrong, they go, I don't really know what's going wrong, but let's try and fix it. And they can fix it, but it will get to the most stilted version of it. It'll go to the most correct version, not the most natural version.
Yeah. Yeah, Phoenix is like, oh dear.
Hey,
Why?
but you loved what's it called? You loved Cognition.
Loved isn't the right word.
Mama Rose. You gotta love Mama Rose.
It's not bad. I like the story.
Yeah.
I really do.
I still need to finish that.
I like the story, like the whole, you know, we have to catch this killer, and we're always getting in those bad situations, and someone yells Erica, and
Erica.
Erica, and we visit Mama Rose or Mama Lou.
And then what's it called? And then we start insinuating about lesbians.
Lesbians.
Oh God! I can't believe that.
And Yo-Yo Ma.
We've somehow now gone back to what happened to me at work yesterday. So everyone, I'm sure everyone knows that you should have decent passwords.
Yes, and if you don't, please fix it.
The place that I'm working for at the moment, you know, I'm doing a whole combination of things, but one of the, they've got a closed billing network system that the passwords for it aren't encrypted. So basically, you can, you know, as the administrator, I get to see everyone's passwords. One person in one of our areas had just changed his password to lesbians, like all in capitals, and and I was just like, it's just so juvenile to, like, you know, have this all in capitals. And because, you know, I'm new, so I don't really know anyone else, so don't really know the other teams very well. I'm just like, you know, is this just sort of like what's the word I'm looking for? Is it like some kind of creepy pervy guy? And then speaking to him, I'm quite honestly, he sounds gay.
Ooh.
So having this, you know, this password that just proclaims lesbians,
lesbians,
it just comes off even more bizarre. Although, like,
maybe
what's it called?
Maybe he loves the lesbians.
Maybe he does, but he locked himself out of his account, and then later, like, after I'd seen this password and was just baffled by it, he called and he was just like, I don't remember my password. Could you unlock it for me or reset it? And I was just like, I can tell you what it is. And he was like, oh good. And I went, you don't want me to tell you? And they went, Oh my god,
And
please
then he
reset it. Oh my
remembered.
god, please reset it. Oh my god, please reset it. So,
And then he
and then
remembered.
he remembered. But I bet you, like, the fact that he wanted it resetted was kind of like, you know, like, he didn't remember the punctuation that he used for it. Well, not punctuation, but that it was all in capitals. And he didn't want to have an incident where it was like, all right, let me tell you that your password is lesbians.
Lesbians. I mean, I love the lesbians in a platonic way.
Oh
Hashtag
yeah, yeah, yeah.
platonically, of course.
But you would never set a password that was just lesbians.
Wouldn't I?
I like to think that you'd have a more detailed password than that.
Most of my passwords are now 128 characters.
128 characters, which is just lesbians, lesbians, lesbians,
Lesbian, 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 lesbian.
mushroom, mushroom.
Lesbians.
Oh, those lesbians. They get around.
Oh.
Like
like my girlfriend Alma.
Yeah, exactly.
Me and my girlfriend Alma.
It's great that you could recognize it just based on the voice that I used for that as well.
Yep. Immediately.
Me and my girlfriend
Alma. It was good. I'm getting lonely sometimes, but I got lots of girlfriends in the neighborhood.
When
I'd call one of them.
Ferocious.
I call one of them if I'm feeling ferocious. Ferocious.
Oh, I love that she feels ferocious every now and then.
Are you Gabriel? Oh, you know me, Gabriel. I always got my nose poked into something.
Oh.
Keeps me busy. No. Oh no.
See, I like to, when it comes to passwords, I quite like to go by, you know, what's that called? The John Oliver technique. Like, you know, they talked about it on Last Week Tonight, where basically you make a phrase, you will add some numbers at some point into it, but it's more about being a long phrase that you can remember. It doesn't necessarily have to be filled with all, like, you know, randomized numbers, because people aren't going to remember that. People aren't machines. I mean, I'm kind of a machine, but still, you know.
What I did is, like, years ago, I thought of a sentence, and that includes numbers, and, you know, capitalized letters and non-capitalized letters, and I also inserted a symbol. Oh, inserted a symbol.
You crazy
a dick
boy.
symbol.
Oh my.
One day we will be able to unlock our computers with emojis. Just you wait.
I would not be surprised if you couldn't do that already.
Oh dear, it's probably possible on some Linux or some shit.
What am I doing? What am I doing? What am I doing? What is wrong with my life?
Or Apple will introduce it and, like, call it, like, the newest invention. And then we told them it's not a video, it's a live photo. Ha 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 ha.
Shit.
Oh god. Oh no. You got this. You got this.
No. I've got a white in there. The white does not belong. The white does not belong.
Eggplant 128 times. Yes. Absolutely yes.
Oh, I'm so annoyed by what I have put together. I need a white.
So,
Give me a white.
white, the color is supposed to be. Oh god. No, not the ruin. It'll haunt me.
It'll always haunt you. That's what it's meant to do.
Adam, scrap this bird until he's white. The color he's supposed to be. I gotta go to a white supremacist meeting. Brother Ezekiel is waiting.
Yes.
Oh no. Oh, the ruin. So good.
We finished EcoQuest 2, didn't we?
Yes. And it got real wild in the end.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh dear Lord.
Paquita.
Paquita got a little
pregnant.
I can't remember who it was, but somebody in that group got really out of control in the end. And at one point you were like, whoa, too far, too far.
It could have been any of us, really. Oh, yeah, I would love to have more ruins. It's just the problem with it is,
Yes.
the officers of the ship are considering your application. Okay, well, accept me. I be your build rat or something.
The thing with the ruins is that we all need to find time. And we all live in different time zones.
Yeah.
So it's very, very hard to get the crew together. But I would love to continue Police Quest 3. That's just amazing.
Police Quest.
And Laura Bow.
Oh, yeah.
That's also a ruin. That's absolutely amazing. With her crabbiness as Laura Bow. Oh wait, no, she wasn't Laura. She was
Wasn't she? Was she the narrator?
No. She was her friend, Lillian. She was Lillian.
Lillian, that's right. Who was Laura Bow?
Grundislav was Laura Bow.
Oh yeah, and I was the narrator, wasn't I?
I think so. I'm
that
shaking
bounce,
my ass
bounce,
for Jesus.
Bounce. Look at that bounce.
Look at the bounce. Look at the bounce. I'm shaking my ass for Jesus.
Ooh. Yes. I'll get on. I'll get on here and say, "Hi, Captain."
I'm shaking what God gave me. Oh no, Laura Bow. Ding ding ding
And
ding
I'm
ding.
just gonna go to the build rat station.
Ding 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 ding
Unless he
ding.
then says, "Get off there."
Police Quest. Cedric the Owl wears a vest. Let's ruin Police Quest 3, where the driving sucks.
Now. You and
Your
me.
wife's name is Marie.
You don't know the words
Yeah.
of this song.
I kinda do.
You kind of do, but you missed a bit.
I'm missing a bit, yeah.
Yeah.
It's just my favorite part. The driving sucks, and your wife's name is Marie. Yeah.
Come along now, you and me. Let's ruin Police Quest 3. Driving sucks and your wife's name is Marie. Yeah. We got something.
Naked Jesus.
We got Naked Jesus.
We got Naked Jesus. We got people.
Oh, we got Jim Walls. He sucks balls.
He sucks balls because he's Jim Walls
and he
can't stand still for a minute. God. Oh, I love it. I love that intro.
He's telling you when you screwed up and you know it.
And he's always standing on that car.
Oh god, yeah, and he can't stop touching his balls.
Nope.
It's all about them ball touching.
And then we have the second intro. Boom, 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 boom. Sunny Buns.
Yes.
Sunny Buns. Oh, Sunny Buns.
Yeah, you can't ruin Police Quest 4 because it would just make the game better. And then, like, we would fix so many things. Just be like, oh, look, it's the lovely transvestite man. You know, he's not a criminal at all.
I'm totally not a criminal. What are you doing? What are you saying? Girl, just because I dress a little fabulous? Like, rude.
Oh, come now. No transvestite would be seen dead in that outfit. It was horrendous.
Oh my god. Like, don't shame my outfit. Oh, what is that police quest with the racist dude?
That's Police Quest 3.
Is that 3?
Wait, depends what you mean by the racist dude. Like,
you come into his home and there's like a swastika on his wall.
I'm pretty sure that's Police Quest 3.
Yes.
But like,
I thought it was 4.
It's been a while. But there's lots of good. Oh, maybe it is. No, because is there a swastika at the drug people's hangout?
I don't think so.
Like, what's
I
it
don't
called?
think they're. I don't think they're in that scene.
Yeah, I know that. What's it called? Police Quest. Yeah, the racist writer. He could very well be. But
Check.
But I know that
I'm
in
interested.
Police Quest 3, there's the what's it called? The gang member that he's supposed to be from some sort of Mexican gang, but he's clearly just a white guy. Like, what's it called? Like, it's I think it's the same guy that's the rent office, not the rent office, the employment officer in Jones in the Fast Lane. Congratulations, you got the job, and I'm not Mexican.
I found out it's Police Quest 4.
Ah, so it is 4.
Yep. I'm looking at screenshots.
Well, like, what's it called? That's what I was mentioning earlier about the morgue sex scene. Still so great when I like, what's it called? Because Grundislav was playing it like the first time in years, and I was just like, suddenly I was just like, no, you need to go to the morgue. You need to go to the morgue now. I can't tell you why. You just need to go to the morgue. Oh my god, you need to go to the morgue now.
You see Marie lying in her bed. You put the locket on her chest, and then you give her a kiss.
Oh,
and then you touch her. Oh god.
I'm so curious to see if I play that again, if I'm gonna get the same bug that I had.
Where everyone dies.
Well, yeah, because the whole thing with that was that I never know how to do this, but yeah. But when I played Police Quest 3, I had saved Marie, and you know, like, there's that whole thing at the end where she's like, "Oh, Sonny, we're gonna have a baby."
Yeah, wasn't she dead at that point?
Well, no. So you wake her up. That's what you're doing with the locket, and like, you know, doctoring her yourself by changing her IV, which is something you should never do in a hospital.
Yes, it is. Don't lie.
No, you should never do that. How?
Yes,
Like, she could die from that. But anyway.
So what?
But yeah, so, like, you know, like, there was the scene where she'd woken up, like, you know, she'd woken up during the game, and, like, so at the end she's there going, like, you know, like, "Oh, Sonny, I'm gonna have a baby. I mean, we're gonna have a baby," and then Jim Walls came up and said, "Marie never did wake up, leaving Sonny with a heavy burden." And it's like, damn right it's a heavy burden if, you know.
But she just said we're having a baby.
Yeah, she just said we're having a baby. But
what? She's leaving him alone with this heavy burden. What? No.
Yeah, she's going to give birth while she's you know, in a coma, which generally means the baby's not going to make it because, you know, Marie needs to eat to feed that baby.
That is not true. Through the wonders of modern medicine, we can fix her. We can fix her up nicely.
Well, what's it called? Like, I think there was a case sometime this year or maybe last year where after, like, some sort of, I can't remember what the accident was. It was pretty major, but basically the mother had, you know, given they had caused her to give birth while she was in a coma, and then, you know, she wakes up. She finally woke up like months later, and it's like,
oh wow,
you missed quite a big chunk of your baby's life.
Oh wow.
I mean, like, you know, it was only like a couple months, but still, it would have just been like weird to be like, yeah, like I went to sleep. I mean, like, you know, I had an accident and there was a baby in me, and now the baby is like, yeah, now my baby is 6 months old.
That's crazy. That's nice. She woke up. That's really nice. Aww.
I'm trying to remember what it was. Like, it was a pretty big thing. She will be the medical insurance woman.
No, we can make her all better.
We can make you all better if you have the money for it. And you don't live in America.
Yep. because if you're a woman and if you're pregnant in America,
Oh
tough
boy.
luck.
Although, I mean, if you're a pregnant woman anyway, still tough luck. I just mean that in the sense that, you know, there will always be someone trying to get money out of you somehow. Being like, yeah, the baby really needs these things. It's like, does the baby really need these things?
No. You will give birth to this baby, and then they just forget about you.
Oh god. But I mean, like, even the sense is like, you know, oh, the mother should have this and the mother should have that, and it's like, does she though? Like, you know, people have been having babies for a long time, and like certainly you find, like, you know, like, there are crazy amounts of plastic in women's breast milk these days. I kind of don't want to add to it.
Ugh.
It's like I saw a documentary where they tested these women in America, and they found that they all had plastics and flame retardants as part of their milk.
Oh, wow.
Just from, like, you know, living around plastic and all that.
Yeah.
So.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Like at one point, it's gonna make a child sick.
Oh yeah. At some point, the toxicity level is gonna, you know, it's gonna annoy everyone.
We need less plastic. We do. That's why when I go shopping, I don't even use plastic bags anymore. I haven't used them for years.
Ooh.
I have first of all, I have my backpack. That's what I mostly use to go shopping. And I also have like a bigger bag made out of, I don't know what it is, some material.
Yeah,
but not plastic.
Usually a big canvas, because canvas is nice and strong.
Yeah.
But what's it called? Because Mum's got some of those, you know, the supermarket plastic bags, not the disposable ones, because they're now banned. But like, you know, the more hardier things. But I, like, years and years ago, like, my hairdressers had these black silk bags that were basically those sort of things. So I've got a couple of those. Don't know why my hairdresser's always been kind of alternative, so that makes sense why that was there.
Yep.
It's like alternative in one way, alternative in another.
Yeah. It's nice to be alternative. It's nice to just be, you know, unique. It's nice.
Yeah.
It's cool.
Although, unless
be
you want
your
to be,
best self.
Yeah, unless you want to be alternative like my Google Mini, who still is having a crisis of identity. She can't decide.
Don't be that alternative.
No, she can't decide if she's Australian or American.
No.
It's like asking her anything. Like, she'll just be like, right, let me help you with that. I think I can help you with that. It's like, what?
What?
Where did you come from?
Who are you?
Gay, it's time to beat some bitches up.
Excuse me?
Have you
Nice.
have you ever played Puzzle Pirates?
No, I never seen this.
Well, okay,
It's
so
cute.
I played this a lot when I was in university. So,
Oh wow, is it that old?
oh yeah, like, what's it called? This is a
Oh.
kind of a newer version that's come out on Steve. On Steve.
It's Steve. Ooh. Okay.
On Steam, but it's been around for like a long time.
Ah.
I used to play it a lot in university, and basically, you know, so you do different jobs on the ship, and they're all different types of minigame puzzles. But then when you end up in this type of thing, you play a different game, and so basically we're all fighting against each other, and I can target people, but I'm usually quite decent at this, so I'm just kind of beating people up really quickly.
Nice. Beat them up.
I haven't quite got the same reaction skills that I used to have. Yar! Oh yeah, this is gonna be good. Double!
Double. Turn. Yeah, it's good to be
So as
alternative.
you can see,
Just-
if you look on the side there, the one that is surrounded by white, the cleaver person, that's the person I'm attacking, and I am now slaughtering them. Yes, I am the queen of modesty.
Yes, absolutely. 100%.
I may have spent a
100%
couple of
pure.
nights when I was in university just awake all night playing this. Yar!
Yar har har.
Har 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 har. Oh, this is gonna be real good.
Make everyone go boom.
Yeah, KG George is out. Here comes
Disco.
another double. Yar! Yar, yar, yar! You receive a trophy. Yes. Yeah, and basically they go, here's all the booty that we got.
Here, take our booty.
Yeah, well basically you get a booty and it's at the end of the next time that we reach land.
A mole on her boob.
Well, you know,
Just one?
you weren't around when we used to play what's it called, Red Dead Redemption.
Yeah.
No, so basically, we used to play a lot of poker, and it wasn't just poker. It was also Devil. Oh yeah, Necropolis is fun. It's a bit weird. It's a bit antiquated. Richard Cobbett has got a very good video on it on his channel, probably Richard. The what was the one that we played more of? We played Devil's Dice, or no, Lion's Dice. That's what it's called. In Red Dead Redemption. And the character that Grundislav kept getting in that game, she just had a mole on her boob that you like. It would every time his turn would come up and you'd be like, I'm just looking at your boob mole.
I'm looking at your boob mole, lady.
Yeah, so
Don't at me.
so that's where the boob mole came about, and then of course there's the whole I should probably do some carpentry,
Boom.
Then of course, like, you know, there's what's it called, Darth's one was basically that, yeah, we don't think it was a third nipple. We can't be too sure, though. But,
You can't be too short, huh?
no, you can never be too sure. But, what was I going to say? So Darth and I would also play that, and we would get in a carriage, and one of us would generally have dynamite, and we would basically drive off a cliff, or while at the same time igniting the dynamite, and it would be like sort of like, which one's gonna go off first? And then we would scream "Friends Forever" while we were doing it.
Yay!
That was the requirement. It was all about being friends forever because we were gonna die. It was a suicide pact.
Aww. That's sweet.
Yeah.
Morbid, but sweet.
Yeah, that's. Yeah, fine. I'm gonna go back to building. I just wanted to... Okay, let's finish this round. No.
It was clearly a mole. Mole. We're not supposed to talk about the mole, but there's the mole staring right at us.
This is not a good piece for that. This is a good piece for anything here. That'll do. That'll do. Bit wasteful. Oh, okay. Go back to the building. I don't really like carpentry.
Carpentry.
Carpentry. I'm much more of a build rat.
Oh God.
Yes, yes, Darth and I have definitely spent most of our friendship loving to kill each other. It's just the way we roll.
That's sweet.
Yeah.
Aw.
His son's getting real big though. Oh, we're gonna fight someone else.
Is it getting big?
Oh, like what's it called? So he's getting I think he's 10 or 11 now. He's getting old, and so he's getting tall, and it's just sort of like, you guys haven't changed in 9 years. How can he be getting so big?
Magic? It's a kind of magic. Those damn millennials.
What?
Millennials ruined aging.
Well, yeah, we did, I guess. I can
We
claim that
ruined
because
everything.
I'm on the cusp of being a millennial. Although that was one of the things that, like, it's like, at my last job, sometimes they would, like, be like, oh, that's nice, dear, you'll know when you're a bit older. And it's like, well, how old do you think I need to be? Oh, you know, when you're in your 30s. I'm in my 30s now! They're like, no, you're not, dear, you're 18. What?
No, dear, no, don't lie.
But that wasn't, like, my boss. That was just the older ladies that, for some reason, they just thought that I was really young. And so, like, they would treat me like I was literally 18 every time they would deal with me. And I was just like... And my favorite...
That's okay, child.
And my favorite interaction was basically, once that, at one point, it was someone's going away or someone's birthday or something, and two of them went, oh, one day, Natalie, you'll be just as good at this job as we are. It was like...
Excuse me? Excuse me, bitch?
And I was like,
Wow.
oh, God. Oh, my God.
Lady, fuck off.
No,
Wow.
that was a lady and a guy at the same time. They both were like, yeah, one day you'll be really good at this job like us. I'm like, yeah, you two ask me for help all the time. What
You ask me for help all the time. Girl.
like, they would like bend over and be like, so what's the code for this one again? You've been working here for 12 years. I mean, yes, they would occasionally put changes in the system and all that, but it's like, you've been working here 12 years. I've been working here a year and a half. Oh well.
Oh dear. Oh dear.
I'm out of that now. Although I still have a good friend there.
Aww.
If this hadn't been so quick in the fact, oh no, she's working tomorrow anyway. Because I would have otherwise been like, Caitlin, come and stream with us. Come and stream with us, Caitlin. Let's talk about the people at our old work. Well, at my old work. She still works there. It's unfortunately still her hell.
Oh god. Let's talk about them and I don't know. Tell stupid rumors about them.
Whoa.
What the fuck?
Was that you? That would have to be you.
That was my new phone.
And it said, bitch, charge me.
Charge me!
Actually, mine's probably going to say that at some point.
I don't even know what the hell it just did. It did something.
What's it called? It's kind of like my mother's new car, or newish car now. She's had it for about 2 months, but especially when we're driving down to the new house, how like we didn't realize what it was doing for the first couple of times. It'd just be like, what is that sound it's made? It's put no message on the main you know, screen or anything to say what it wants out of you. And then we realized a couple of trips later when we heard it, Mum looked like, cause her car's got this special, like, you know, extra heads up display, so that she can, you know, see what speed she's doing without looking down. And a very neat and handy thing, if you ask me. But basically it was saying, time to take a break. And it's like,
oh my god.
It's like, you should take a rest now. And it's like, we've only been driving 40 minutes. I mean, like, you know, that's not a particularly long time. I mean, like, if it was in the middle of the night, maybe, but, you know, it's the middle of the day, and then saying, like, take a break. It's like, no. You take a break.
Take a break. I want to take a break. You will take a break.
Yeah, and I can't find any settings in its menu just to stop it from saying that. So we always make fun of it every time that it shows up.
Oh yeah.
Take a break.
You take a break.
Okay.
So, why don't you take a break? How about that, ma'am? How about that?
Well, I think like I don't, because my mother doesn't really use the navigation yet. Hopefully she'll use it at some point. But
Six.
But yeah, like Eastlink would love that and be like, "Sorry, Eastlink, I know that you said that there was no stopping on the side of the road, but my car said take a break." um, but yeah, no, like, cause me, my sister, and my mother, we all have Mazda 3s. But, so my car is just before, like, the navigation screens were, like, a standard thing. So, my car doesn't talk. My car is just a, I've got a, what's that thing called? I've got a dock that my phone sits in, and I can do, what's it called? Google Maps from there.
That's handy.
But, yeah, it is handy. But my sister's, she uses hers, and so especially early on, like it was like, oh, she's such a mean bitch, the navigation lady, and they just started calling her Marianne. It's like,
Ooh.
don't listen to Marianne. She thinks she knows where she's going, but she doesn't.
She has no idea what she's doing.
But then my mother would used to say that about Google Maps, because, like, what's it called? The first couple of times we used it, it was trying to save us, time and effort, and instead it took us down a street with so many roundabouts that, like, it took us down a street that had something like 8 roundabouts on it, and which is quite a lot. And oh, we've got to do some carpentry, even though I hate it. Oh, let's try patching. I've been told that mean bitches are sometimes called Natalie, and I'm like, yeah, I could see that.
Barbara, don't remind me of Barbara. God, Barbara.
Wait, you mean Barbie?
No,
Barbie's not a bitch.
Barbara from the game America's Next Top Model.
Yeah, but still, Barbie is a Barbara.
Yeah, that's her name.
Barbara Millicent Roberts.
God damn it, Barbara. Fucking Barbara. Barbara did it. Hashtag Barbara did it.
Well, Barbara did everything. Ooh, here we
She
go.
poisoned Chris.
Here we go. It's time to beat up. Oh yeah, so I had a look at setting up the Twitch streaming on this. So it's technically set up, but I was just sort of like, people are more likely to come here. So maybe next time.
Maybe.
Because apparently I can only do one on the t'other. Oh, and I got my new laptop, by the way.
Ooh, what is it?
It is a Lenovo. I mean, I decided not to go with the tablet one, just because I was like, yeah, I kind of like, all the reviews I see are like, go like, yeah, it's good, but it will get hot, and I was like, ugh.
Also, make sure to format C and do a clean install.
I already have, you bitch.
Good, because bloatware and spyware. Lenovo is known to put spyware on your computers. Yep.
But still, any time that you buy a standard laptop, that is a thing.
Yeah, but like, bloatware, okay, but Lenovo is putting spyware on it.
Yeah.
Literal spyware.
Not so cool.
It's sending data like crazy to them.
Yar. Which is how they're being so cheap. Yar. Well, yeah. So in the... Oh, wait, no, I didn't get Lenovo in the end. In the end, I bought an Acer machine.
Oh.
Because, like, what's it called? So
That's okay.
Yeah, I went there with the intention of buying a Lenovo, and then I was actually trying it out in there because, like, I don't need it to, do a huge amount of stuff. I'm not trying to game on it, although I want to run Jackbox on it when I go to my cousin's house. And
yeah, that's not intensive. That works.
Yeah, and I want to be able to do some writing on Lorna Baines, and maybe at most I could probably do some programming, because as long as it's, you know, not the doing 3D animation, it should be fine. But what's it called? So I figured, you know, I didn't need anything. I just needed something that could keep up with my typing. And when I went and tried the Lenovo machine, I was just like, holy crap, this is kind of lagged as shit when it comes to actually typing. And this, I know it was a store version, but at the same time, I'm like, if this is what the store version is like, I like, it's gonna get to this pretty quick because this machine's not really that old. And then I tried the Acer machine, and the Acer machine moved at a beautiful, like, you know, it matched the speed of my typing perfectly, and I went, you know what, that's it, that's done. And it was like $50 cheaper as well. So, like, it's, what's it called? I went with a, you know, a cheaper machine. I know it's not going to last me forever, but by the time that it's ready for something else, I might have more money to get a slightly better laptop. Or, you know, just keep getting cheap laptops, because the main place I want to put my money is in the actual thing that I, you know, make games with. You know what I mean? Like the 3D stuff. My games machine. That's the thing that needs my money more than anything else. Let's do that one instead. I would say, wouldn't you agree, Marcus? But I believe that you are currently not here. Yes, he has left us. The Dell has left us. He will be punished. And spanked. See, that's how you definitely know that he's not here. He would have reacted to that. He wants to be spanked. Would you like to be spanked? Let's get back down to carpenting. I might not like it as much, but it is something that is definitely needed. Yeah, Dell left us. He sometimes, you know, disappears if his dad pops in the room, which is fair enough. Just kind of wish he would be like, one moment, or I'll be back. But I think he feels like I can fill space. I can fill the space of this empty room by myself. But I can't do it without sounding like an insane person. This home just isn't warm without him. I don't know. Ugh. Shittiness. Yes, I know I'm not using these effectively. This is true. This is true that I always sound a little bit unhinged, but you know, it's an endearment about me. Okay, that's empty. Let's get back into Belgy. They don't need me up there. Look at that. That's some beautiful sales happening. Okay, but we should probably be finishing up in the next half an hour, because I need to put the cat to bed, and I don't want him to get too out of his schedule. Even though I'm probably going to go to bed. I'm going to look forward to having a little bit of a nap in the morning, since I'm not working. And then, of course, going to Panky Parlour. Panky Spanky Burger. Parlour. You know what I always wanted to make a restaurant out of? A restaurant idea? Like, you know, kind of like Pancake Parlour, but instead of pancakes, crumpets. You know, like a gigantic crumpet, and then of all these different condiments that you could put on it. And I'd probably call it something like Fancy a Bit of Crumpet. Or some other snappy name like that. The Strumpet Palace. Yes, let's call it the Strumpet Palace. That works best.
I'm back.
Hello, Dr. Cranium.
Hello.
Yeah, very niche. It could work though. I mean, like, what's it called? Restaurants that, those breakfast restaurants where they sell cereal seem to be going quite well in New York. So, a crumpet restaurant.
A crumpet restaurant? Oh, that's
Like,
nice.
think like a gigantic crumpet.
Ooh. Strumpet. Crumpet strumpet.
Well, I called it the Strumpet Palace before, but yeah. Well, because, like, you know, like, because I was thinking, like, the pancake parlor, but not pancakes.
But not pancake. Yeah. And then I opened my restaurant, and it's called Oral Garden.
Oh. What food would you have there, though? That's the question.
Dicks.
Oh, well, you know what? Because
It's the name.
there's a book series that I like by Anne Bishop.
Oh God.
No, it's not as crazy as you think. What's it called?
Okay.
But, I mean, what's it called? Yes, they are sex demons. But
Yes. I can relate.
yes, but what's it called? They've got it's funny because, like, the thing that she kind of shows across these books is that yes, they're sex demons, but they're also kind of like there's a weird innocence to them as well. So, like, you know, they're all about, like, the naughtiness and all that. But then when someone else comes to town, they're all, like, embarrassed about what it's like, oh, don't look at the stuffed tits. I mean, it's just stuffed mushrooms. And the phallic delights are just bread rolls, you know, cooked in the shape of dicks. I mean, yeah, don't look at that. Yeah,
Don't look at those.
Succubus. But I think it's because what's it called? One of the characters that they were trying to, like, be like, don't look at that, was because they had an innocent accidentally walk amongst them, and then so they were just like, oh, like, we know she doesn't belong here, so we're just trying to make her feel comfortable until we can get her back to where she belongs. Oh, don't look at that. But then she was like, oh, this is funny. I like this.
this is good.
Yeah. And I think, and then there was another character, like, what's it called? Sebastian, who was the main incubus of the story. His aunt came and it was just like, oh, would you like a phallic delight?
Yes, I would.
It's like, I can't ask my auntie if she would like a stuffed tit.
Auntie, would you like a stuffed tit? It's good. It's good, that.
But yeah, so it's just mushrooms. That could definitely be your oral delight. So, like, I think it was basically like a cheese fondue with yes, but it was a cheese fondue with bread, and that was the phallic delight. So you dipped your penis shaped bread in cheese, and then ate the cheesy dick.
I'd eat that. I have no shame. I'd eat that.
Oh god, you would love that.
It's like, who cares as long as it tastes good?
Yeah.
I eat dicks.
A little.
I would, if I could. If I had some to eat. What?
But, like,
Excuse me?
I was about to say, you know, like, that just follows our, what's it called? Our song. Well, my song.
Dicks is all that I eat. The only way to soothe my boner is with some fooking. It's to use.
Hot dirty robo
fooking.
Well, I had to get past the Nintendo sensors some way.
Yeah, just use to use. Fine.
Hot dirty robo fooking.
How did you get dicks through though? Did you use an I with, like, the accent over it?
It was definitely dicks.
Yeah.
But maybe it didn't have the C in it. Maybe it was DIKS.
Or maybe you use that I with the accent over it because they don't censor that.
Maybe. But the what's it called? The Mies didn't seem to suggest that was pronounced any differently. So yeah, so if you have ever heard our song "Hot Dirty Robo Fuking,"
I will link it in a minute.
yeah, but basically,
I always got that ready.
our sweet Dell wasn't feeling well. That was after your nose operation, wasn't it? The tumor thingy.
The tumor thingy. Luckily, it was just a cyst.
Yeah, it was just a cyst.
Just
That's
luckily.
Right. I think at that point it was like maybe it was something more, and so you were a bit depressed about that, and I was playing. What was that? It's been a while. It was me. It was Tamagotchi Life.
Tamagotchi Life, yeah.
Tamagotchi Life, and so there's a part of it that you can just write your own lyrics to your Mies performing this musical number. And so I wrote him this beautiful song.
Oh, and it really cheered me up. Thanks for that. It really did.
And then you came back to me like a day later saying, I turned it into an actual song.
Yep. Yeah. I was like, this song is so good. I need something to do. This is depressing me so much. I need something to do. I turn it into a song.
I think I have an untapped potential to be a songwriter.
I mean, we've read quite a few things.
Yeah, but like certainly as a lyricist anyway.
We've made let's see, what songs did we make? Lots of them. Hot Dirty Robo Fuki.
Yeah. Peter Venkman's DeLorean, which was for
Peter Venkman.
That was a song that my cousin and I had devised while playing trivia across a couple of years, and then for her 30th, I got you to put some music to it.
Peter Venkman. We had What's This Thing Called Dawn,
which is What Is This Thing Called Love by what's his name?
Oh God, I can't remember.
Cole Porter.
Yeah.
What is this thing called Dawn?
It's a teddy bear, Adrian.
This funny thing called Dawn. You're right.
That's a mirror, Adrian.
Yeah, I can write very smutty parodies.
What else did we do?
Oh well, there's what's it called? There's my the Cunning Linguist song.
That's true, but we never turned that into anything. No. Like
that was just us.
I did plan. I do have the project. It's not done, but I have it. I wanted to turn the safety song that you made into a real thing.
Do you like whips? Do you feel safe yet?
I know the entire lyrics. It's so good.
Oh god, yes. What was it? Let's yodel in my hidden canon, my cunning linguist. There's
I'm trying to find out how it's. I'm trying to think how it actually started.
Did it start with I jizzed in a dream, but I was born with the wrong equipment?
Yes. I jizzed in a dream, but I was born with the wrong equipment. So I will tickle my little man in the boat. Let's yodel in my hidden canyon, my cunning linguist. There's nothing we won't try. Do you like whips? Do you have a safe word yet? If you say no, how about egregious? Don't you feel safe yet? Egregious. Oh. Beautiful song.
There are people that are watching this and then being like, what the heck have we been watching all these years?
What have you been missing all these years? Because you've probably never seen that video because it's gone.
Yes, because you deleted your channel.
Yes, I did have it saved, but I don't know where.
Yeah.
It must be somewhere.
I feel that way about some of the stuff that that my cousin and I did. You know, John and Benny.
I love John and Benny.
Now,
Jean Danny.
where did their adopted son come from? But I don't know why that's one of my favorite facts that my cousin and I came up with.
God, I can't remember. It was some remote country.
Yeah, where did Jean Ben come from? Where did
Oh
Jean Ben
God,
come from?
I can't remember. Where did he come from?
He came from the Algiers. Do you remember why we picked the Algiers?
Why did he come from the Algiers? Who knows? He just did.
But I think it even had a further addendum was that he was Algerian from the Algiers. But it's one of those things, like, you know, because we would play Wii tennis when we were like, you know, like after we had been awake for over 24 hours, and so of course the insanity would just come out.
And he was forced to play tennis.
He was forced to play tennis even though he really wanted to go to baseball camp. And then he had a best friend, little Joshy, with the buck teeth. I don't remember why he had, like, oh, that's right, and little Joshy was in love with him. And so he would follow him to tennis, even though he hated he would follow anyway. Yeah, I think that's what it is, that the best stuff just comes out of you when you are that sleep deprived. It's just like, this doesn't make any sense. That's why it's amazing. Bling. But they all had their catch cries and all that. There was their very salty tennis coach that was a homeless man that they pulled off of the street, and they just said to him, you will teach us tennis. It was wonderful and weird. Yar! That's what we say to you. Yar! 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 Here we go. Oh yeah. Definitely obliterating the other team. But then, like, what's it called? They're all fake characters anyway. You received a trophy. Arr! Oh, look at that booty. That bounty. Alright, I think if we're lucky and can meet another team to defeat, we can do that, and then we'll call it a night and a day. And hopefully I can play a little bit more of this to a point that maybe I can run a crew at some point. And then anyone here is welcome to join said crew. And we can all play together and defeat stuff. Although I will not want to do navigating, so hopefully one of you will be very good at navigating. It's just yes, just say about everything. Because again, we would always like to relive 2005. Oh, except the fact that my own time. Other than that, 2005 was alright. used to be really good at the bilging, but you know, you get older, you get older, and your reaction times go down. Also, I'm just not used to it again. You know, like how sometimes you play games. Yeah, you can never get us off the planet. It's all good. I mean, as you can see, you just basically float around in an ocean of blue. Oh, yes, 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 yes. Fight us. Fight us. You are a bit big, but fight us. We would definitely like to scuffle. I wouldn't mind doing the rumble game, the fisticuffs. But I don't think that's something that's gonna happen. Okay. I can just build this down a little bit more and then we can do some carpentry. Great work! Huzzah! We stopping here at Triplet's treasure? We checking in? Oh, pulling into port. Does that mean I'm gonna get a cut of treasure? Break! Actually, so probably the break would be a good time for us to cut this up. Just gonna, wait to see what the booty I've received, and then, we're going to call this a day. Call this a night. I hope you have enjoyed this little impromptu stream. Hopefully I can do some more streaming, this weekend, or maybe I should actually spend that time fixing up the remaining parts of Quest for Glory 4 so that I can release it to you guys. Which, you know. Yes! Sleep, nap, panky, hanging out with my cousin and watching Dave Gorman, even though I've seen them already, but I haven't seen them for a while, and she hasn't really seen them either, so I'm just gonna watch them. And yeah. Oh, and he has come back just as I'm finishing up.
Oh, that's good.
Ooh, let's see. What have you given me? Ooh.
Oh my god. Ooh.
Yes, please. Ooh.
What just happened?
He just gave me $2,000.
Oh yeah, I see there. Oh, 2,100 and something. Oh gosh. Girl, you are rich.
Well, I think the part of that is that I'm still actually decent at the sword fighting game.
Huh?
Anyway, so hope you're all well, and we'll see you guys soon. Bye bye.
Bye everybody.